Sydney Sweeney has become one of Hollywood's brightest young stars. From her breakout roles in hit shows like Euphoria and the White Lotus, to walking red carpets and making headlines, she's captured the world's attention. But behind all the lights and fame, Sydney's personal life has had its share of ups and downs, including a recent breakup that's got fans talking. Let's take a closer look at how Sydney rose to fame and what's really going on in her love life. But before that, make sure you hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon to get regular updates. Let's dive in. Early acting career. Sydney Sweeney's acting journey began back in 2009 when she landed small guest roles on shows like Heroes, Criminal Minds, and 90210. While these roles were brief, they gave her a solid foundation in Hollywood and helped her learn the ropes of the entertainment industry from a young age. Her big screen debut came shortly after in 2010 when she played young Alice in the horror film The Ward, directed by John Carpenter and starring Amber Heard. At just 13 years old, Sweeney held her own in a psychological thriller, a sign of the emotional depth and maturity she'd continue to bring to her roles. As her teen years rolled on, Sydney slowly started booking more complex and larger parts. One of her standout early moments came in 2018 when she starred in Netflix's Everything Sucks, a coming-of-age dramedy set in the 90s. That same year, she had a recurring role in the Emmy-winning The Handmaid's Tale and HBO's Sharp Objects, where she acted alongside Amy Adams. These performances got her noticed by critics and fans alike, proving that she wasn't just another young actress. She was someone to watch. Rise to stardom. The real turning point in Sydney Sweeney's career came in 2019 with Euphoria. Playing Cassie Howard, a sensitive and emotionally complicated high schooler, Sweeney struck a chord with viewers. Her raw and sometimes heartbreaking portrayal made Cassie one of the most talked about characters on the show. Sydney's performance didn't just earn praise, it skyrocketed her into stardom, and it didn't stop there. In 2021, she joined the cast of The White Lotus, HBO's satirical social drama. Her role as Olivia Mossbacher, a sharp-tongued and judgmental college student, showed a totally different side of her acting ability. With 2 hit HBO shows under her belt, Sydney proved she could handle a wide range of characters, from fragile and romantic to cynical and cold. Her film work also gained traction around this time. In Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, 2019, she played a minor but memorable role as one of the Manson family members. Then came the steamy Amazon Prime thriller, The Voyeurs, 2021, which brought even more attention, both positive and controversial, to her growing filmography. In 2023 and 2024, she took on bigger risks with films like Reality and Immaculate. The latter, a religious horror film set in a convent, premiered at SXSW 2024 and was one of her most intense roles to date. Critics were divided on the movie itself, but almost everyone agreed Sydney Sweeney gave it her all. A breakout star at the box office. One of her most surprising wins came in 2023 to 2024 with the rom-com Anyone But You, co-starring Glenn Powell. Initially, the film had modest expectations, but its viral marketing, Sydney's undeniable charisma, and her electric chemistry with Powell turned it into a box office hit. The movie made over $100 million globally, becoming a sleeper success and giving a much-needed boost to the romantic comedy genre. It also introduced Sweeney to an even wider audience, those who didn't watch HBO dramas but loved feel-good movies. By early 2025, Sweeney had proven herself in nearly every genre: drama, comedy, horror, romance, and she was just getting started. Personal life and the recent breakup. While Sydney Sweeney's career was soaring, her personal life was going through major changes. Since 2018, she has been in a quiet but serious relationship with Chicago-based businessman Jonathan Davino. They got engaged in 2022, and for a while everything seemed solid. But in March 2025, reports surfaced that the two had officially ended their engagement. The breakup came after 7 years together, and sources close to the couple suggested it was a mutual decision driven by Sweeney's skyrocketing career. With back-to-back film shoots, promotional tours, and new production projects under her company 50/50 Films, Sydney reportedly wanted to fully focus on work without the added pressure of planning a wedding or starting a family just yet. What's interesting is that despite the split, Sweeney and Davino have remained on friendly terms. They've even been spotted together at industry events, leading some fans to speculate they might reunite in the future. But for now, they're living separate lives. Meanwhile, her undeniable chemistry with Glenn Powell and Anyone But You led to endless dating rumors. But Sydney has consistently brushed off those claims, insisting that Powell is just a great friend and an incredible co-star. Still, the rumors haven't completely died down, especially after they presented together at the 2025 Oscars and looked pretty cozy. A rising producer and businesswoman, Sydney isn't just acting, she's building a business empire. In 2020, she launched her production company, 50/50 Films. Since then, she's been involved in producing several of her projects, including The Voyeurs, Immaculate, and upcoming movies like The Caretaker and The Player's Table. The goal? To take more creative control over her work and give herself and others more opportunities in Hollywood. Her next big project under the banner is The Housemaid, a psychological thriller directed by Paul Feig, set to release in late 2025. She's also involved in a live-action adaptation of Edgar Allan Poe's The Mask of the Red Death, which is already generating buzz for its gothic tone and stylized visuals. Perhaps most exciting is her upcoming role in Scandalous, a drama directed by Coleman Domingo, and a boxing biopic where she'll portray real-life trailblazer Christy Martin. These roles show that she's not slowing down. In fact, she's going full speed ahead. Life on social media and in the spotlight. Sydney Sweeney's social media presence is another key part of her public image. With over 24 million followers on Instagram, she shares a mix of glamorous red carpet looks, behind-the-scenes photos, car restoration projects, and moments with friends and family. But social media hasn't always been kind to her. Her breakup with Davino led to intense speculation online, and every photo or cryptic caption is dissected by fans and gossip accounts. She's even spoken out about how overwhelming the attention can be, saying in interviews that she tries to keep her personal life as private as possible. Despite the challenges, Sydney remains refreshingly authentic. She hasn't tried to reinvent herself into someone she's not. Whether she's dressed in designer gowns or covered in grease working on an old Ford Bronco, she stays true to who she is. Even with her success, the road hasn't been easy. Sydney Sweeney has openly talked about how tough the entertainment industry can be, especially for young women. She's faced criticism for everything from her fashion choices to her body, but she's stood her ground with grace. One of her most notable interviews in 2024 was with The Hollywood Reporter, where she discussed how difficult it was to juggle acting, producing, and maintaining a personal life. "People think I have it all figured out," she said, "but I'm learning as I go. I make mistakes, I learn, and I keep going." What's next for Sydney? Looking ahead, Sydney Sweeney is one of the busiest actresses in Hollywood. She's balancing multiple roles and production responsibilities and still finding time for red carpet appearances, interviews, and philanthropy. Rumors are swirling that she's in early talks to join a major Marvel project, though nothing is confirmed. Whether it's awards, box office hits, or production deals, one thing is clear: Sydney Sweeney is just getting started. So what do you think? Will Sydney Sweeney continue to rise even higher? Or is Hollywood's spotlight just getting a little too intense? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more amazing updates. Thanks for watching till the end.